Hi, my name is Jason Flores. Today I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit what I learned in the Fresno Pacific IEC program, including the impact on my participation in the CQ community. Um, Being involved in the Q community helped me a lot in this program, mostly because I was able to learn from others, be able to ask questions, um, people sharing resources, um, and that created a sense of community and just the idea that it felt more uh, student centered as opposed to a class where um, the instructor had all the energy and everything was just centered on them. So I like that approach to the IEC program. What did I find to be the most transformational in terms of mom teaching? Um, Going back to what I said in the previous question is that I learned how to be an instructor, an educator who also has a student-centered approach to where my teaching. I've changed it so that I can do lessons where students are engaged with one another. Um, there's a lot of hands-on activities. Um, they're able to create and develop things through different projects, project-based learning, um, type of activities and learning. Learn how to provide different types of assessments outside of what I'm typically used to and what I've kind of been conditioned to believe what an assessment is and has to involve. So I like that this class has taught me outside of what I learned from orthodox forms of assessment, how to um, allow students to show their learning through projects and just doing things outside the box. Um, what do I find that was that I was able to implement and that I've learned how to do with my students? Well, some web tools that I learned about was through Google. They have Google Hangouts, Google Docs, um, Google Maps, where students are able to communicate with one another through these live web 2.0 tools. Um, and they're able to evaluate one another. They're also able to monitor each other's work, get feedback from their peers, um, all in real life time. Um, so that's something I learned how to implement with my students. Um, do I feel that I've become more innovative as a result of this program? For sure. Uh, Prior to entering the program, I had Chromebooks in my classroom, and I didn't use them very often. In fact, I was kind of afraid to use the Chromebooks. I just didn't know how to use them. I didn't know about tools that would that I'd be able to use that would complement the content that I'm teaching. I didn't want to just use the Chromebooks or technologies just for the sake of using it. Um, and I was afraid that I might have behavior issues with students, um, not be able to manage their use in a way that would allow the highest capacity of learning to take place. Um, so with the IEC program, um, I was able to get more creative and think of different ideas and how I can instruct and um, how students can interact with what they're learning, how I can interact with my colleagues through technology. So it can be used with students, it could be used amongst peers, um, and it has just a lot of functions in the educational realm. And I'm very thankful that I joined this program. I had heard about it through, I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it was in Napa back in 2014. Um, it was a Q conference, is what it was. And from there, I just kind of branched out, and it kind of just feels like it happened naturally, like it was meant to happen for me to just go from one thing to another, learn this technology, so that I could grow as an educator. So in that sense, that's where I really thought that um, I just went with it naturally with the flow, and here I am, uh, slowly becoming more technology savvy and how to use that in the educational setting. And I want to continue to grow as an educator, so I don't see myself discontinuing the growth in technology or being an innovative educator. I see that as a continued growth, and very thankful for just all the tools that have been introduced to me, have been shared um, with my colleagues in the program. Also, the direction of the instructor, um, and this is my blog. So hopefully you get a chance to watch, and I would appreciate any